right.
Plucking them joints like eyebrows.
Listen, every day just came home with another issue nagging me and then plucked the hair. I just lost my pillow at night. It would remind me of what my day was like.
Bro, that's sad as hell. God damn.
Oh, gosh.
We ain't in that space no more, though.
Nah, we not. We're not in that space no more. It's funny, though. And it was bars. I didn't even realize till right then. Bars. We'll go back on the replay. Check the bars. Oh, yeah. Let's go on and talk about, throw them out there, throw your shows out. I gotta jump. Happy Days, that's February 25th. You know, Happy Days, it's gonna be lit. Nice.
That's the 420 joint?
No, that's 220. Yeah, it's 420.
Yeah.
It's definitely 420 friendly. Happy Days, jumping in fun.
I got a show Sunday the 29th. I'm gonna be at Another Round Comedy. That's at 7. Sunday the 29th, I got a show. On the 17th with 5 Star Comedy. From the 23rd to the 25th, I'm hosting that Same Man Comedy Club. I'll be there for Takara Williams. Super dope comedian. Really looking forward to that. You hip on Takara, bro?
Yes, sir. I follow her.
She funny as hell. So
I get on her lives and everything.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. So make sure y'all check my Instagram for the details.
All right, we're gonna start a show today, though. I guess we should do a show, man. I guess that's what we came for. Y'all came for a show, didn't you? Why not? So let's get into it.
Just like Door to Explore, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Stupid.
Blink 2 times.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want. Audience engagement, participation. You feel me?
At all things. At all things.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Comedic Calisthenics. I am your host, Josh Ward. Follow at Josh Ward Comedy. It's my co-host here,
Devon Simmons at End All Doubt.
Hey, what it do, guys? We back for another installment. We're here to inform, entertain, and inspire you guys. What's goody, man? I'm glad to be back at it once again. This guy been out here making big moves. I'm excited about it, man. Hey, man. So you gotta hit me on the 7 Black Minutes jump. We gotta catch up quick. We're gonna wrap that, but I want to hear about it, bro. Tell me about it.
I bet. So I did a show in Maryland. Anthony Oakes produced it.
Shout out Anthony Oakes.
Solid comedian, way better person. Anthony's a solid dude. But anyway, he put me on 7 Black Minutes. Appreciate the love. I did it 7 Black Minutes in October. He put me on again in January. Okay. This time in January, definitely had stepped up the production.
Let me ask you this. Was it really literally 7 minutes?
Literally 7.
Oh, okay.
Headliner did more.
Okay.
Headliner did more, but everybody had 7.
Okay.
You know what I mean? 7 is interesting. It's enough time to start cooking. You know what I mean? But you got to start cooking immediately. Yeah. You don't have time to diddly-daddly and talk to the crowd. Like, it ain't going to be all that. Like, get into it. You can flow, but get into it.
Yeah, 7 minutes is right there on the cusp of like, all right, you cook it a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
You get
like,
the grease going, everybody have a good time, you let it.
I like it because it really is like a showcase. Like, all right, I liked him. I'll follow him. I'll see what else he got. Okay. I want to see more kind of thing. So for the show, though, the experience was crazy. I get to the spot. It was at a theater. Silver Spring, first time doing the theater, which was super dope. I pull up and my name's on the marquee.
Oh yeah. I peeped your name in lights. I was like, look at bro out here.
First time I had my name in lights,
Hey, that's legendary,
bro. My sister pulled it, whatever. Sent to my mama. My mama called me crying. She was all hyped. Got a good mama. So it was a good time though. I go in there, I go in the green room talking to comedians and stuff, and it was just an introduction to a different level of comedy. That's like I'm on the show with people who've been doing it for years. I'm on the show with people with Comedy Central specials, HBO specials coming out. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? So the way they view comedy, the way they talked about comedy was just eye-opening. You know what I mean? It's definitely dope for me. I still consider myself open mic comic trying to find my way, and to be sitting there with professionals. That's what's up with the face?
Open mic comic trying to find my way. That's got to be the most humble description of yourself that I could think of possibly, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You legit. I respect that, but you legit.
I think humility don't mean I ain't confident.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I know I'm nice, but I also know where the hell I am. Like, a little self-awareness go a long way.
I disagree with point number 2. I don't think you know where you are.
Why? Well, how would you describe me then?
Like you're a legit up-and-coming comedian. Like you got presence, you got stance, you got a style and flair of your own. You're unique, and you know your approach is somewhere distinct. You're not out here just befuddling and doing buffooning around.
I just wanted a bunch of compliments.
Okay, well hold on. The comedic mind ain't gonna let that just slide now because I know some open mic comics. And who just
that's fair.
Trying to find their way. And
I ain't trying to say it like that.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm saying it like in the terms of.
That's what I heard when you said it. I heard the reality.
Fair enough. You heard what you heard. Like I look at it like there's levels to this.
Yeah.
And you should be aware of your levels.
Oh yeah, now I agree there.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
That's all I'm trying to say. But anyway, going back to the show, like it was just dope being in the green room.
Okay.
Like talking about what people had to do. Like comics is coming in like, yo, what time we starting? I got like 2 more shows after this. I'm like, yo, that's dope. You know what I mean? First off, that you can like, you know, rip and run. Like, definitely want to do that. And then the other thing I noticed is like the conversations backstage was about like the crowd and what they're rocking with. Has somebody touched on this?
Right.
Has anybody got on this person in the crowd yet? They talk about white people yet? Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And I just appreciate the detail to the craft. Like, it really felt like, one, it was a dope experience. I had a good time. I got my laughs. So I feel like I performed well.
Right.
But also, it was, the other half, it was like legit comedy school. Like,
That's
and it make you hungry for more.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part of it. Was like, all right, like, let me get more of this in my life. You know what I mean? So super dope experience. Super shout out to Anthony, man. Had a great time. Looking forward to like repeating it, doing it bigger and better. Keep grinding.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Proud of you, man. That's dope. Every step you take, man. That takes something to do.
Every little step I take.
Hey, you will be. Hey, listen, man. Every step matters, bro. You gotta celebrate every step because somebody had an opportunity to take a step that you did, and they chickened out. So,
Yo, that's real.
just straight up.
That's real.
Straight up. So you gotta celebrate everyone, man. That's what's up.
Comedy is not easy.
So being in that environment, that's interesting that you talked about how like the comedians talked about, you know, what the crowd was vibing with, what things were like, because I think that's a way to gauge like the laughs in the room. You know what I mean? And where laughter, like, I think that's important because laughter's changed a lot. You know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know, it's something different. Like when I think about the 90s and, you know, comedy back then, and not just necessarily, you know, in the sense of what was acceptable, but what people found joy in comedy, period. You know what I mean? People used to be rolling. Like, that's one of the things watching Comic View and Def Comedy Jam, all that stuff. Like, to see people in the audience like like feet in the air, raving, laugh. You know, some of them black rooms, and even in some of the white rooms, like the laughter was just
Yeah, black people laugh with their whole body.
Listen. I that's one of the things I haven't gotten to the point that I can do yet. I want to make somebody like laugh until they like cry, like uncontrollably. I never had that moment where I had somebody in the audience just cracking up, dying laughing. I want one of those moments, but it's a way to get there. And understanding the laughter, like, I think is important in that. Like,
so, no, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, how do you think it's changed? Like, what's the vibe now in your perspective?
I don't know. I feel like that the whole room is gauging whether it's okay to laugh or not sometimes before they'll enjoy the laugh. And I feel like there's a more reservation to how people take in the comedic art now. There's a difference to how people take in comedy now.
I think there's definitely like it's interesting because I don't know what to call it. Part of me feels like there's a sensitivity there, right? Like people might be a little sensitive to certain subjects, certain topics.
Right.
The other part of me feels like it's still the same thing where like I think people don't want to acknowledge how nervous the crowd might be. You feel me? Like, there's levels to it. If you going to go see somebody who you know, they style, their comedic presence or whatever, like you going to go see them, then I think you're willing to give them more birth on what they're doing with their craft.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you trust them as a person.
Right.
For people that's like, they don't know you, I think you have a lot more people like anxious to see if you're going to cook or not. I think they're nervous. If I'm real. I honestly think a lot of the crowd is nervous until you go out and immediately show, now relax, like, it's almost like you driving a bus, right? If you get on the bus and you swerving a little bit, you're going to be in the back of the bus like, watching, bro. Like, what is bro doing?
Okay.
But if you get in the bus and you're like, look, we're going to take some hard turns. We're going to go a little fast sometimes, but I'm going to get you there safe. We're going to be good.
Right. Okay.
You feel me? I think it's like, you also got to set it up for people to like relax a little bit, but
that's definitely a different perspective on it. Because I never considered the emotional state of the audience so much in the moment. Like when you're at a not to mention like, are they gonna make fun of me? Or like, is this gonna be offensive? Am I gonna like this type of?
What's the number one thing you get when people say they want to come to your show? Are y'all gonna crack on me? I get that all the time.
People do ask that
all the time, and I'm like, it ain't that type of vibe. It ain't It ain't like that no more. Like you might get a couple comedians that like pick you out, roast you for a little bit, but they don't roast you out of nothing. They're usually just trying to talk to you, and then you say something wild, and then a joke come from that.
And the front row's always empty for that same reason. Like in a lot of unless the room is sold out. People be trying to duck the front. So I never thought of it like that though.
That's why
the audience member themselves are in a place of uncertainty. Like, okay, what's this experience going to be like? Comedy's always a little edgy.
It could be awkward.
It could be awkward. It could be touch and go. You never know. So coming into that room to experience it is actually, for some people, I'm sure. Some people is like, oh, I know I'm about to have a good time.
Facts.
And some people is like, you know, but there's some people who like, I don't know.
I know I've had shows where people have come to see me who have seen me before. And before I get up, if I say anything, yo, y'all having a good time, I can see it on their face. They ready to go. Like, this about to be a good time. Like,
right.
Turned up.
Yeah, that's the best audience because they laughing at everything.
But that's also like what happens if you got a show and like the first couple comics was cooking. It's easy work after that. It is. Because everybody's relaxed.
Yeah.
Everybody's comfortable. The energy is in a good place. Yeah. And you can get away with some shit that if the energy ain't there, and you coming off the cuff with something that might be, I don't want to say taboo. I don't know a better word for it because I think funny over everything first.
Right.
If it's funny, it's funny. But some people might not be comfortable where you taking them first. It's almost like, if I'm real, you having sex with the crowd.
Hey, yo.
You feel me? You can't come out the gate wild, bro.
And it's the first time every time.
You gotta know how to, like, it's a delicate balance.
That's a great analogy.
I appreciate
That's a great analogy because it's like your first time with this person every time.
Every time.
And so they're on the other side, you know, everybody's wanting to do their best and show up their best and have a good time there. But
everybody's into it, but also you kind of a little
like how this gonna go? And how do I move in this? And
100%.
You know, what do I do to make it good too?
So as somebody who, you should know how to make that person comfortable. I just put it. You should know, like, ease into it. Hit them with some jokes as soon as you get up there. 10, 20 seconds in, try to get a laugh. To let everybody know, look, we about to have fun. It's cool. Also, the other thing I like to do is just call out whatever the emotion is in the room at the time.
Okay, yeah, address what's in there. Yeah,
Facts,
always.
Facts. If whoever got in front of you just like bombed, you got to talk about it. It ain't no slight on the other comedian.
It's just what it is.
It's just you got to keep the show going kind of thing.
And you stood me up in this. Like, you made this mess and now I got to stand in it. I don't have no allegiance to you because you didn't help me at all. That's how I feel about the other comedian. Like, bro, funny. You threw me in this, so I got to do whatever I got to do to get out. And that may include you. But
that's what it is. But at the end of the day, the goal is to entertain. And you need to figure that shit out for yourself. Like, you could put it on the crowd if you want to. And you could be right. Right. But do you want to be right or do you want to be funny?
Facts.
Like, which one you going with, bro?
But this is interesting because that analogy puts me in the mind of if you don't have a good time, then you're probably a selfish lover.
Everybody sitting there with their arms.
Yeah, if you're a terrible audience member, you probably trash in bed.
That's actually pretty good, bro. You're trash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're probably not that good in bed. That's funny.
But no, I definitely think it's changed though. I think people are way more interested in hearing things they might not rock with than they are than like kind of letting it slide and going to the next thing. You feel me? But that's where the craft come into place. Like, if you say something, it's the first time you saying it, it ain't go how you wanted it to. Yeah. That's fine. Like, sit in that. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Don't catch nerves. Don't start getting weird. Like, because that energy just feeds their energy. Now you in a bad place. Right. You in a bad place. You know what I mean? So
it's easy to say.
It's hard to do.
There's been some nights been successful, some nights not so much.
That's real.
But it's still necessary. That's crazy. So like, I want to talk about, like, as a comedian, like, do you feel like having mentors and people to look up to, like, how significant is that for you in this stage in your journey? Like, we all are inspired by people. Right. You know what I mean? But like, to what, like, do you feel like a mentor and someone to literally have that one-on-one connection with to kind of guide you through this? Like, how do you feel about that topic?
That's tough.
Because I've been thinking about that recently. Like, I know a lot and I'm learning a lot and I'm experiencing a lot, but also there's somebody out there who know everything I'm about to learn. Man, I got to figure out what
tap in.
Yeah, you got to tap in, bro. And like, I think that's important, but it's, you know, to what degree and what does it look like? You know, who is and how do you even go about it?
It's tough with comedy. Like, I think with like careers in general, people are looking for mentors. Like, that makes sense. Right. You know what I mean? That makes sense. I think it's tough with comedy because nobody can tell you how to do comedy. Like, nobody can. You can even go to the classes.
Go on. What do you mean? Nobody can tell you how to do comedy?
Comedy comes from such a genuine place. Like, it's a lonely endeavor. Like, right now it is. Like, let's call it what it is. Like, when you sit in there, most of the comedy that people are experiencing, you've been probably working on by yourself for a brick. Like either writing, going to the crowd, seeing what work, what don't work. Like that's the feedback part. That's dope. But like the process of coming up with a concept and making it funny, that's you.
I don't know. I disagree. I think comedy can be taught. I think comedy can be taught. I don't think stage presence can be taught. I don't think personality can be taught. That's, you know, the character parts of it. But I think joke telling can be taught. Absolutely. I mean, they put it on bubblegum wrappers so that you can read a joke off and just tell a funny joke. Dad jokes is a thing.
No, they definitely are. And if your goal is to be bubblegum dad, I think you can do that. But I think most of comedy is the performative aspect of it. And I think the performative aspect, not saying you got to go outside yourself, not saying you acting like you're a whole new character, but the way you say things, the emotion you put behind it, like that comes from you. Yeah. You feel me? Like,
if it's genuinely you, I think that, it needs to be genuinely you. I'll say that. But I watch a lot of, like, Jerry Seinfeld was a stand-up comedian who
You said that weird as hell. Say it again.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Failed.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
You said field the first. All right, go ahead.
Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know. I thought it was failed. That's what I thought I was
saying. Might be. I might be tripping. I don't know. I called it Seinfeld.
Okay, yeah. Jerry Seinfeld was a comedian that, honestly, watching him do comedy sometimes was like, anybody could do that, Jerry.
What?
When you watch him, as an unlearned person, I'll say that. When I was younger watching, I was like, it's a bunch of observational stuff. He really just pointed out stuff, you know, and just talked about daily whatever stuff it was. And somehow that grew into a brand that people enjoyed and a group of people gravitated towards. But, you know, there's a lot of comedians. Mark Norman, he's really like, his comedy sometimes feel dyslexic. Like, it feel like he got some kind of, like, I don't know. I love Mark. I love Mark Norman. But he's not, no, I'm just being, so, but I think that's his shtick. That, like, it's on purpose.
I think that's him. I think he might be dyslexic. I don't know.
I'm sure he's socially weird in some way, shape, form,
He said he had a tough time, like, looking at people in the eyes. I know that.
Yeah. So when you get his comedy,
but that's him though. That's my point.
That's true. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think you have to have a whole bunch of, you know, showmanship if you can genuinely create something.
See, that's not what I mean.
Okay.
I appreciate what you're saying. I appreciate what you're saying. I don't mean you got to be the person on stage running from one end to the other.
Oh yeah, no,
you got crazy act outs. That's not what I mean. But I do mean that, like, the comedy does have to reflect your personality.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's hard. I think you could teach people set up punchline. I think you could teach people how to take the mic out the stand and how to do certain act outs and get more comfortable in it. I think there's value in that. But the words that's coming out your mouth and the way they come out, that's the beauty of comedy, is that you cannot not have that be you.
Okay, I totally agree, because a lot of comedians have writers too. Let's deal with that. A lot of comedians have writers who write jokes for them.
That's real, but I think when those
when they get it, they take it. But they write for the comedian that they're working with.
Right.
And that comedian takes those jokes and I feel like makes it them. So, you know, puts it in a way that makes it them. So I think that goes on. But also the original premise kind of, you know, of it was from somewhere else. That happens a lot. Even in movies. Think about it, if you're acting out or if you're on SNL or you're doing something like that. The writers come up with those concepts and jokes some of the time. A lot of the time.
I agree with that. I think all art is repetitive to a certain degree.
Oh, that's true too.
It's hard to come up with, like, stupid original premises.
Something that's never ever been done.
Word. And that comes from normally talking about yourself and your life experiences that are unique to you.
Okay,
when you venture out into, like, you know, women be like, you about to bump into a bunch of comedians.
Yeah.
Like, it's just what it is. You feel me? At the same time though, like, I think that if you're trying to do the craft, hopefully you're coming from a place where you want it to come from you, kind of thing. Yeah. And you're trying to usurp that on whatever you've seen, right? Like some of the best people I've seen in the local scene. What's up, cuz? Go ahead, say what you guys say.
That you can say usurp. I don't think that's the right word there, but usurp that on somebody.
Let's Google that, bro.
Usurp is like to surpass something.
Is it?
Overthrow or, like, you know.
Take.
Yeah, take from somebody else. You can't
illegally,
usurp something on somebody. Yeah.
But if you're taking it,
you can't usurp.
Oh no, the second one says to encroach, infringe, to take and put it on somebody. That's the second definition.
Yeah, so the word already means, so you can't say usurp that on the audience. You can't say.
So what you say, usurp audience? Is that what you said?
I don't think usurp's the best word right there.
What you think the best word?
What were you saying again? Something? it was essentially project would have been a better word, I think. Project that onto the audience.
I disagree. So when you serving, nah, you probably right.
You got it.
You probably right.
I disagree.
What was I saying? Cause like, some of the best people I've seen, even in like our little local scene that's doing their thing, are the people that are just like off cuff. It's almost like, what are they doing? Right? I feel like I'd much rather watch a person go up there and be like, what are they doing? And it's like not all the way there yet. Like the jokes ain't all the way there yet, but you can see.
You can see it.
That's them. That's how they gonna do it.
You
feel me? Then I'd rather hear somebody that got set up punchline. It's a good set. It was funny, whatever. But I don't know nothing about this person.
Yeah.
That don't do nothing for me.
That's true.
That don't do nothing for me.
And I feel like I'm the former. I'm that comedian. Like I feel like I want to be genuinely me up there, but I feel like I ain't there yet to be able to translate that into that consistency yet. But you can see, like,
I was gonna say, I've seen you
have moments.
I've seen you have consistent moments.
Yeah.
Consistent moments.
Yeah.
Like,
you talking about during a set or just a long span of time of performances?
Since I seen you perform. Like, even, all right, so.
Yeah, I mean, early on, I feel like I was gracious. I was ingratiated a lot. Because when I initially came, so I don't legitimize all of those for me. Because one, when I was newer, people are more gracious. I was coming in those rooms and people were like, oh, he's just starting out. They want to be encouraging. And so I came in and I was already a little bit ahead of myself as far as my stage presence.
I think this is why this podcast kind of works. I'm realizing it as we talk. We are the same nigga.
Really?
Yo, 100%. What I just said earlier about the open mics is what you're saying now.
No, not so much.
1,000%.
No, I just feel like
the same thing.
No, because I don't feel like that. I just don't feel like.
How you do with compliments? How are you with compliments in general?
I'm decent. I'm better than I used to be. I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I believe in me. So honestly, I got this thing inside of me where I try not to depend on anybody's compliment. So I try to value them not too high, not too low, no matter what.
We might be getting too introspective for this conversation, but what I will say is that, like, I think what you're saying about initially coming out, it makes sense. That's that awareness. You don't want to ever get too big, you don't ever get too low. But like now, bro, like I've seen you be dumb consistent. Like, and always I feel like that's Josh talking. Like I don't ever be like, what is he on right now? You feel me?
Oh, like I'm being something else?
Yeah, like it might not work.
Right.
That's just part of comedy, but like putting on and like not performing like you, never, bro. I can't say that. And that's how I feel about, that's what I mean. Like,
okay, all right, I'll take that.
That's what I mean about the comedy thing. Like, you can learn jokes, but like how they come out, how you go on stage, you cannot camouflage that, bro. Like, that is who you are as a person.
And that's the most comfortable place to be in. I'm gonna be honest. And that's what I'm learning that more and more. Like, the more genuine and true that I can be, it's easier because I don't feel like I'm trying to put on a show.
No, 1,000.
I just feel like I'm coming up there trying to be.
That's how you get the tags you weren't expecting.
That's how you get the jokes. Now, I will say, a lot of my jokes that come from the hip be fire in the moments, boy.
Because you just in it.
Right.
You ain't no thoughts, ain't no nothing.
I get that.
You just you. And that is comedy, bro. The people that are in it, that's just cooking, that's off the cuff, that's laughing, that's like having a good time, actually experiencing what everybody else experiencing. That's the comedy, bro. You could go up there and dad joke it all day. Ain't no connection. Comedy's energy. It's connection. Ain't no way around it. That's what it is. And you can't do that not being you.
Yeah, I get it.
You ever meet somebody and you ain't never met them before, but you know they fake as hell right now?
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, everybody can feel that.
Yeah.
Explain that.
That's true.
How does everybody know that? You can't, but it's real. Yeah. So you gotta be you.
I agree.
Gotta be.
Facts. That's facts. And
I took a sip of my drink, like I finished the TED Talk.
I'm gonna be honest. That was gangster talk. He was like, gotta be you.
You got to, like, ain't no way around that.
Cheers.
That's why I rock with it, bro. Ain't no hiding with comedy. Ain't no hiding.
Yeah, it is. It will expose you. God knows. It will expose.
You'll like what you see. You won't like what you see. But it's you.
And that's the thing. I'm learning more and more to like embrace me. And then the people who rock with me, they can gravitate towards me. And then the people who don't, they won't.
It is what it is.
And that's cool.
It is what it is.
And I'm okay with that, you know?
Yes, sir.
Ain't nobody for everybody. So,
I think we started with mentor talk, though.
Yeah, we did.
All the way over here.
It's fine. That's what this is about. Yeah. But, speaking of which, so there was a comedian recently who was very transparent to share that they reached out to another comedian to be their mentor or whatever, and they had an interesting exchange. So I wanted to
play that.
Yeah, I wanted to play that so we'll talk about that. Just a sec.
Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey. Why Steve Harvey? Man, that's a whole nother show. Steve, you ain't funny like that. You ain't. You all right, and you a veteran comedian. You ain't funny like that though. Actually, my first big shows with Steve Harvey, I asked Steve early in my career, and he'll remember this.
Okay.
I asked him early in my career to take me under his wing.
And what happened?
He told me that I didn't need him, which I didn't. But
just to get the game and the guidance.
yeah,
Okay.
he didn't fuck with me.
Oh man.
And I'm not mad because he didn't fuck with me. Being a young comedian, asking for the guidance, I thought he would have fucked with me.
Yeah, I thought that was super interesting. So, like, you know what I'm saying? When you listen to that clip, so this is comedian Doodoo Brown. And
I think I've seen bro before.
yeah, I have too. He used to be on Comic View back in the day too, I think so, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, him saying he reached out to OG, you know, to kind of get him to take him under his wing or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I'm conflicted on the clip in a couple of ways.
Oh, go ahead. How
Because I feel like in one breath, he was good enough for you to reach out to and try to get mentorship, but then in another breath, you like, you ain't funny like that. You know
I
what
had
I
the
mean?
same thought.
Yeah, I was like, then why you reach out to him to be your mentor?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he ain't funny like that. And so I felt like, you know.
Mentorship in comedy is tough.
It is.
It's a tough thing to ask of somebody else. Because, like, what does it encompass? Like, I feel like it's good for, like, numbers. Like, what you should do next. It's good for, like, hey, when you talking to this person, tell them they need to pay you this. When you go over here for this, this is what they pay over here. Like, because all that's, at least as far as that ain't public knowledge.
Right.
You're going to have to network with your peers to figure out what's good. You ain't trying to short yourself.
Right.
So I get it from that point. But, like, mentorship in the sense of like what to do with the craft, that's a tough ask. You know what I mean? That's a tough ask. Because like I said, can't nobody tell you how to do comedy. Like, and the other thing that's wild is that I might have, like, say I get to the point where I'm doing my thing and I'm bringing like features and doing that, whatever. I might bring somebody that like don't do comedy like I do comedy, but that's funny.
Right.
Just for like the variety of it. We're gonna step on each other, but we gonna have good chemistry kind of thing.
Right.
How I'm gonna tell you to do what you do if I know that ain't what I do? You feel me? The whole reason I'm attracted to you in the first place is because the way you do it is different. You feel me? And I think that's where a lot of the connections come in. It's like, I appreciate the way you do it. Not like, let me show you how to do it.
Right,
like
right.
You feel me?
Yeah. I don't think it could be in that way as far as teaching the comedy part.
And he might not have meant it like that. To be fair to bro, like, you know, he know what he talking about. He might not have like had enough time to like walk through all of it, but like, I would definitely want to have somebody in my pocket to be like, yo, bro, they talking about paying me this over at this venue. What's good?
Right.
Like,
right.
I would really love
but
that.
But you don't need a mentor for that. You just need connections within the scene.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you call that a mentor.
Yeah, I think mentorship has to deal with getting to another level that you know what I'm saying?
Like bring me up.
Yeah, like be able to help me get to something that I'm striving for.
Yeah.
As far as mentorship, and that's my thing. I'm big on mentors. I am literally a mentor in my profession, so I see the value in mentorship. And so every area of my life, I got people who I consider mentors. I don't have one in comedy, and so for me, I'm like, I don't know. That's why I'm talking about it a little bit because I'm personally working through like, do I want one, and what does that look like, and who would it possibly be? You know what I mean? Because here's my thing. Though I am where I am, my vision is already 10 years down the road. So my mentor would have to have vision for 20 years down the road. Because I don't need somebody for the next to help me see 10 years. I already see 10 years. I need someone who can take to the next place.
Ain't the part of like mentorship is to like rock with your vision, but also tell you like, hey, like that's booby trapped right there. Like you might not feel me? Like you might not see that.
It's definitely a form of accountability. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody to run stuff by. And I think that's important. And so that's the things I think that would be useful for it now. But, I don't know what that would look like. So that's why I'm really dealing with that personally. Like, do I need a mentor in this? I know I want to learn from somebody, but my mind is like, I want to learn from the top people and not to slight anybody or whatever. But I can already see so many roads already to higher points.
That's interesting.
So that's tough for me.
Yeah.
I know how I'm going to get there. I know where I'm going. I know how I'm going to get there.
See, I have a totally different perspective.
And so I need somebody who can help me push that and, help me guide through that journey too.
Would you be opposed to somebody that disagreed with you on some of your takes? Like, what if you thought you knew how to get there and it was like, nah, that ain't it?
No, I'm here for it if it's like still within the grand scheme of the goal. Like a method can be wrong. but the goal is the same.
Fair.
You know what I mean? So if I'm doing a method wrong towards a goal, and you like, you want to accomplish this, that might not be the best way. You might need to go this route to do it. Go ahead. Let's get you down camera. Yes, sir.
Wrong pipe like a bitch.
Yeah, it ain't but one in there, but all right. Get it out. Hey, we're gonna make sure we edit, all right? Put a mark here.
Almost died on camera, bro.
I almost died on film.
Yo,
Lord Jesus,
you know you get old when water start whooping your ass.
Look, hey, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Woo. And then you need more of it after it's over.
It's like a bad bitch.
Yo, that's stupid. Oh my gosh.
Fuck. All right. Gotta mess up your own shit.
No, it's cool, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
You was cooking, my bad.
I hate to laugh, but also hilarious.
We should keep all that.
Keep every bit of it.
Yeah.
Every bit of it. So
Comment, I hope that nigga alright.
we don't know.
We don't know.
If y'all read a post later and Divine didn't make it, you'll know why. Go watch this clip. But yeah, so like, that's what I kind of need. I need someone to say, all right, this method isn't going to be the best method towards that goal. You know what I mean? But I need you to know that this method wouldn't be, which means you would have to even have experience or space in the area.
Yeah, that's the tough part, though.
Right.
Yeah.
To be able to say that.
For that reason, that's why I kind of go the other way. I think, I've always thought this, no offense, I think mentors are kind of overrated. I think it's way more valuable, like taking what Issa Rae said, to like network with the people that's around you. Like, you gotta experience different stuff yourself, try it yourself, and fail yourself.
Yeah.
You feel me? I think it's dope to have somebody to talk to bounce back from the failure.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think a mentor would play a good part in terms of the mindset of what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual step-by-step part of it, that's going to be you and the people that's next to you in the trenches. You feel me? That's fair. That's kind of how I look at it.
Fair.
Like,
That's fair. So yeah, that's why I feel like it's more so big bros to me. Like, you know, I feel like it's more so people that I can look up to, be inspired by, and, you know, bounce stuff off here and there, but not so much be accountable to. You know what I mean?
You gotta be accountable to
because my
yourself,
vision is huge, and I understand that, you know, the steps in the journey to get it, to obtain what I want to obtain. You know what I mean?
That's crazy because, like, I even have a different view on that. Like,
yeah.
And that might be why I don't value mentors as heavy. Because I haven't had it in my professional career. Not for real. Like, I've had homies I respected, talk to, you know what I mean? I rock with what they got to say.
Right.
But at the same time, I always look at it like, my experience is my own. It's hard for people to give you advice on, like, what you going through when it's like, you're your individual person, they're their individual person. I think there's beauty in people sharing their experiences and you taking lessons from that. And I think that's probably more like the relationship, right? Like, that's what it should be, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's something called wisdom. And I believe everybody doesn't have wisdom. I think wisdom gives you an ability to be more introspective, to see different layers of stuff. And I think to open so that you can glean more from a situation than somebody else might. So you go in a situation and say you do a show, it doesn't work out, something doesn't work. And so two people can experience watching you do it. One will see one layer of, okay, this what happened and this what went wrong. Right. But another one may be able to look more deeply into it to see some of the causes of what those wrongs were beyond what the other person could see. And so that's a real thing, because I know I operate in giver wisdom.
Through their experience.
No, not just through experience. It's through understanding. It's like an ability to see things different. I have it, so I know it exists.
See, I don't think that's wisdom. I think you just have an ability to see things differently.
No, not differently, but like see in-depthly through something and then be able to translate that. Wisdom part comes in to be able to translate that into knowledgeable information for somebody to use.
I don't think that's what wisdom is.
No?
No.
What do you think wisdom is?
I think wisdom is people living experiences and then giving it back to you in these mythological bullshit ass quotes.
Oh God!
Like, I think that's what I think wisdom is.
That is not what wisdom is, Devon.
No, let me walk through. I'm gonna walk through. Like, I honestly think like what you described is to me, a process of cognitive ability that not everyone has. But to me, it's cognitive. That's knowledge to me. That's knowledge and perspective.
Oh.
Wisdom to me are experiences you've gone through that you're able to translate. But the issue with wisdom is when people give you wisdom, the way wisdom is normally communicated to people, they can't receive the wisdom until they're wise themselves. Meaning that the experience you were trying to help them avoid, they have now gone through and now see your point. It's like parenting. Like, right? Like maybe your mama was on some stuff and you're like, why you always do that, mama? And then you get some kids and you're like, mama was on. That's wisdom to me. Because now you have a shared experience, you can understand where they are. The problem with wisdom is that there's no relationship to the information they're trying to give you, so it comes across as gobbledygook. It's not clean communication. It ain't like a step-by-step thing with wisdom, because you kind of need some of these experiences to even rock with me, bro.
Yeah.
So that's why I look at wisdom like, it's dope. Later you'll get it. But how much value do you get in the moment from gobbledygook, bro?
I don't know. I don't see it as gobbledygook, though. I don't know how you got there, but because I feel like
walked through it. You don't see how I got there?
Yeah, but it depends on what they saying, I guess. Because you would call out when I say gobbledygook, man. In that case,
I don't think it's wisdom. I think what you say makes sense, but I wouldn't call it wisdom.
So where do you think I got it from? Because in some of these areas,
I think you're cognitively like.
So you think I'm just real smart?
Yes.
Basically. Oh, okay.
Yes, I think I think smart,
some people,
perspective people have a better way of explaining difficult things to other people.
Okay.
Right. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So if that's the case, like, why do I need to hear your gobbledygook? Like, you know what I mean?
That's
like you talking to me about birds in the bush and shit. Like, bro, the fuck do I do about this problem? Like, the fuck is we talking about? Like, that's just how I look at it.
That's interesting. That's cool. We'll talk about that some more.
That's why grandmas ain't shit. No, I'm joking.
I can't stand you.
Nah, I'm fucking around now. But some of that's true. Some of that's me just fucking around.
Stupid. Oh my gosh. That's interesting. Thanks for sharing. It's always good to hear other people's perspective. But even on the heels of that, so then, all right. You stupid, man. You dumb, yo.
Yo, next time y'all hear, especially Instagram, next time y'all see something and it's just comment gobbledygook. Like, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing for real, bro.
Comment gobbledygook. And then
gobbledygook,
and then
bro.
Tag Javon and Adam, yo.
Bro. Let's start a movement, bro. It's
Just point out.
It's a lot of one-on-one psych and philosophy majors out there. And they out here trying to like heal the world with this bullshit, bro.
Yo, I cannot with you, bro.
Fuck you, a Scorpio. And what is we talking about? Shit is dumb, bro.
Woo, boy. I'm about to sweat. You got me in here weak, boy. You stupid, boy.
That's just stupid.
All right. So anyway, that being said, I have a lot of people that I feel like share a lot of wisdom and information, smart, intelligent information. So tell me this.
All right.
Who would you consider to be your biggest non-comedic influence, but inspired you in the area of comedy?
Wow.
Of doing comedy somehow.
Wow. That is really hard. It would probably be an artist.
Can't be a comedian.
No. It would probably be an artist. Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Because of his rap song and Nipsey. Nipsey, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll start with Kendrick. The one thing I noticed when I was listening to Kendrick music is Kendrick always had these moments where what he's saying is sticky. You hear it in the song, and you know that if you're hearing it around a bunch of people, that's the part everybody gonna do. Boop, 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 boop. Or like whatever Kendrick is doing, like, yeah, like whatever his little sticky part of the song is. If you listen to a Kendrick song, there's a part where you know, if you was at a concert, this is where everybody would turn up.
Okay, how does that translate to comedy?
Comedy need to be sticky. Like, good comedy, you walk away, and niggas is still saying, say it with your chest. Niggas is still saying that.
Facts.
Niggas is still saying that. Like, it's sticky, bro. Like, it stay with you. Like part of that resonate with you so much that, like, saying it to your homies is like, now you funny.
Wow. Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's your words. It's your thoughts.
Right.
And that comes from watching Kendrick. And I watched Kendrick do it, and I didn't know I didn't have words for it. Then I watched Nipsey in an interview. He asked one of the interviewers, "Do y'all know the break point of the concert for this song?" And they was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "It's the part of the song where we drop the beat in the concert and everybody's singing along." Mm-hmm. And I was like, he was talking about rap niggas when he was talking about it. And he was like, "This is the part." And he said the part that everybody say. And I was like, that's the sticky part. The fact that I know Kendrick does it and Nipsey just explained it to me, I'm like, I could use this. So when I write jokes, I look for what's going to be sticky, what's going to resonate. And if I think it's going to resonate, I say it as many times as I can when I'm doing it. Okay. And when I get off stage, I know it's working because people come up to me and they'll be like, "Yo, crack." Yeah. Or they'll be like, "Yo, high-ass babies, bro." And that's all they say. Yeah. But what they communicating to you is
something stuck to them.
They stuck. Yeah. They got some sticky.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I guess I would say for me, Denzel.
Oh.
Denzel Washington.
Solid.
Denzel Washington is because, all right, so Denzel is a very eclectic human being. Like, he's diverse.
That's interesting. I never thought of Denzel
If you watch his career, in his life, he's been able to go from a lot of different spaces and have a lot of different things that be a part of him. But he still has the freedom artistically to do. Like, if you know Denzel personally, he's like a family man. He's like real country boy, down home type, whatever. He's very, very faith-filled and religious. And, you know, his upbringing is so that you wouldn't see him as the people that he plays and the things that he does. But he does it. He's created this space where he's allowed himself artistically to be free and do things beyond his normal personality. He's always looking for another opportunity to do something that he hasn't done before. Right. And that inspires me because I feel like I'm a very diverse person. Like, I got a lot of different sides, a lot of different pieces, a lot of different, like, I'm not one thing. If you think you can get one thing from me, you miss the whole lot. But, you know, you with all those things present, still being able to say and be creative and artistically let nothing stand in the way of my ability to create whatever I feel like I want to create. And so that inspires me, man. That inspires me to want to push my limits. It inspires me to not put myself in a box. And it inspires me to go after some stuff. So yeah, Denzel. Yeah, Denzel is one of those people for me, man. I just like who he is. Like, bro, he's, as you know, I got a faith background and stuff. Right. Being able to have a strong faith background, but still be able to step out and do certain things. And he the same guy that does training day, but, you know, same guy that loves his grandma, you know what I mean? And, you know, that kind of thing. Having that diversity, man, I love it. So I want to do acting. I want to do all of those things. And I don't want any part of me to limit any other part of me. And he's found this delicate balance to let everything
in any type of box.
He's found this delicate balance as a human to allow everything to exist and not go crazy. Literally. Because a lot of people's issue is they're not one thing and they're fighting against that. And mentally it creates issues like in their mind. Yeah, you got to be able to accept all of you and embrace all of you and use all of you to your benefit. And you miss some of yourself when you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, escape so many parts because you want to understand, sometimes I'm this, sometimes I'm that, but I'm still all me all the time. Right. And so that for me helps me. That helps me. Because being the type of person I am, that was a hard thing. Earlier. That was a hard thing. So to be able to now be in a space where
What you mean it was hard to accept it all?
I felt like some parts of me were not necessary or were negative. Like, I like crass jokes. I like dirty comedy. But also, I don't want to tell any. Which is a conflict. Because, you know, it's so many parts. And but I appreciate the art form and the thought process behind it, you know? Yeah. But I don't want to tell none. Not like that. No, so it's like, I don't know, I appreciate, but it's like so many different diverse feelings, man. Like, I'm really sensitive and kind and caring. But also, like, I'm gangster. Like, I slap a nigga too. You know what I mean?
I'm about to die.
Yeah. I just be
slapping nigga.
Yeah, like I be letting that part chill. But like if it come to it, I will definitely immediately slap the piss out of somebody. And like I can fold a nigga. Like I'm deadly. I can fight. Like straight up. I got hands and everything. but also I don't want no violence. You know what I mean?
He got hands, but to pray for you.
Yeah, exactly. You can choose what these hands do. You know, they go either way. I got hands for everybody, you know?
Stupid.
But it's like, so it's a conflicting life sometimes. But it's
Hands
true.
for everybody.
Hands for everybody, man.
Yeah, that's a wild. We make a Jesus action movie. We call it Hands for Everybody.
Hands for everybody.
You
My
just
nigga.
don't
Like,
know which way.
Bro, I did MMA for like 3 years, bro.
Say what?
Yeah. It's form exercise and, you know, something doing. I always wanted to be dead with
Oh,
him.
you treacherous.
Yeah, I heard some people. Yeah, I heard some people.
I'm
trying
glad
not
you
to.
the homie, bro.
That's why I be chilling, bro.
I'm about to just start starting shit.
No, I'm getting old, man. I really do want to get in one more fight before I die.
I'm good.
Just one
I'm
more.
good.
No, you
I'm
know.
good. I got pistols.
Yeah, facts though. You know.
Yeah.
But I do. You know that hand-to-hand combat, man. You know, it's just something about you, man.
I do got a homie with a boxing gym, and I was rocking with it for like a solid 3 months.
Yeah.
And once he brought the kids in, and the kids was dumb nice, I was like, I don't know if this was. I think I'm
These
past.
kids wrecking on me,
Bro, they hand feet speed, bro.
Yeah,
It was
I got
insane.
I got knee and feet speed like crazy. Like I don't fight all hands, body blows, knees, all that, bro.
You got video? I'm gonna have to check this out,
Yeah.
bro. We gotta check this out.
It's always so, you know, it's just, I feel like I'm a diverse person, and diverse people inspire me, they interest me, because I
I
like,
get that.
you know, being able to see someone manage and balance all the pieces. You know, I feel like I genuinely believe he's a healthy human being. Like I feel like Denzel legit probably is solid.
That's what's up, bro.
So yeah, it's
solid influence, bro.
yeah, so, and he can be funny. He got his
Yeah,
moments.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly, be funny.
Yeah.
And I like that. I appreciate that.
That's what's up, bro.
But yeah, man, it's been dope, man. I appreciate y'all following along. This is Comedic Calisthenics, by the way. If you ain't know what you was watching, we in here. I'm your host, Josh Ward. Follow me at Josh Ward Comedy. This has been your co-host, Mr.
Devon Simmons at End All Doubt.
Hey, look, man, y'all follow, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay along for the journey. We got some great stuff in production. I'm looking forward to the coming year. Like, we're going to be grinding this year. I promise, what we look like in 2023, we will not look like in 2024. So, y'all stick around. You're going to like it, all right? Until next time, we'll catch y'all then. Peace.